week 11 garden tour, and I'm just out with the dogs. Thought I'd shoot a quick video. I did some pruning of the squash plants over here and over here, and I planted two more. These are the Costata Romanesco, which, there we go, that was backwards. Planted those two last night, and hey Jackson, stay in your yard, Bubba. And I planted that whole thing full of golden and bull's blood beets, golden beets and bull's blood beets, red and yellow. And I've been watering. Everything is nice and watered, even though it's dry. The green stalk is doing okay. All the tomatoes in the green stalk are producing fruit, and everything's just growing slowly. I don't know. Maybe I just expect everything to grow faster, but this is a yellow micro, and I see the first couple baby tomatoes. Aren't they cute? This is this pepper plant here with the purple flowers. Isn't that pretty? I forget what it's called. Phileas Blue. It's the Phileas Blue. That's one also. Anyway, they have flowers, so maybe we'll get some fruits. Anyway, I want this to be a quick garden tour because I did garden tour 10.5 earlier in the week. All throughout here this morning, on this side rather, I planted some golden beet seeds, and in this pot, since the potatoes didn't grow, they were kind of squishy when I planted them. Mom had soaked them in a bunch of water, so I didn't think they were going to do anything. Anyways, I planted in here some bull's blood beets, and hoping for some beets so we can make some pickled beets. Hey Jackson, stay close by, Bubba. Anyway, this little plant that I'm absolutely in love with, the mini bell, I ate the first tomato off of it this morning, and I should have left it on because I watered last night, and I'm sure it altered the flavor a little because I didn't pick it when it was like bone dry. Apparently, if you pick when it's bone dry, the sugars are more concentrated. I did not do that, and the flavor was good. It just was not as good as it could be, I think. Look at that beautiful rose. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Anyway, I've been propping up tomatoes everywhere. Jackie, come here, Bubba. And I still haven't done anything with those. I am just absolutely exhausted. Work too much. Anyway, in this bowl here, I have some beans soaking. These are bush beans. Oops, there's a little ladybug. Sorry, ladybug. I think she did. Poor thing. Anyway, hey Mama. I watered everything last night really well and gave them a feeding. I gotta go find Jackson. Jackson, come here, bub. Come here. As I was saying, the neighbor came out with her dogs, so I had to make sure my dogs were put up. Anyways, yeah, I did some planting, fed all of the plants last night with actually it is a Miracle-Gro, organic Miracle-Gro food. I put the hose connected to a spray bottle that had the the food in it and just watered the entire garden. I planted all the lettuces that were in here and here and put them in this little microclimate. As you can see, they're getting some afternoon sun, and I planted some over here. Hey, go home. Look at that little doggy. Go home. Bad dogs. Planted some over here too. I have a big old cucumber that I need to pick probably tomorrow. I'm gonna let it get a little bit bigger. And I did pick a few from that plant yesterday. Look, the sunflower up there is has bloomed. Anyway, I see that we have a lemon squash on that plant and another one growing, and the tomatoes, everything looks great over here. After I was rudely interrupted, I forgot what I was going to say. I planted some fall crops, broccoli, red kale, cabbages, and then over here more cabbages, and what else? And some mini bells, some more mini bell tomato plants, because I figure I get them growing in the summer, and while it's still warm, and I can have them growing in the house in the window, so we can keep the tomato crop coming on. Anyway, I've got a bunch of Romas that I can see, and this one was hiding. Anyway, there's this plant over here that I was talking about a couple of garden tours ago, that I said had this pumpkin shaped tomato. All of them are pumpkin shaped. Look at that. This is definitely not a San Marzano. San Marzanos are not shaped this way. I mean, look at those. They're not shaped like this. What are these? It was labeled San Marzano. And so I got this plant that's shaped like that. I got this plant that's shaped like this. It's like a regular tomato shape. And then I've got this one producing fruit that look like an actual San Marzano should look. They're oblong. I don't see any fruit on this plant yet. There's flowers, but no fruit. Anyway, so 3 of them have fruit that are all different. I don't know what to say. I'm fine with it, but I was hoping to do some canning. So now, because I'm only going to have fruit from one San Marzano. Actually, I take that back, because there's a couple over there on that trellis, I believe. Are they San Marzano? I can't remember. I know I've got some Hungarian hearts over there, which are also a paste tomato. And then we have Romas, which are sort of like a paste tomato. They do have more gel and seeds in it than a regular paste tomato. But I wanted to make some sauce, some tomato sauce. Anyway, yeah, so these little cucumbers are, they take off slow. They really do grow very slowly, this Chinese cucumber. But as you can see, this one's just barely taller than I am now. So it grows slow. I have probably a pound and a half of beans that I've picked from all of those growing on the trellis, as well as these bush beans. So I've got to make some more garlic beans later. I'm going to go in the house and take a nap first because I've been up since 2 a.m. I pulled up the squash plants from here because they really weren't doing anything, and all I did was tug on it and it just came out of the dirt. So pulled those up, and these are the lemon squash. This one, look at that beautiful lemon squash. This one's making some fruit. Looks like we might get 1 or 2 from over there also. And then we have a couple growing over there. So I got some squashes, and we definitely have like probably 4 or 5 yellow squash in the fridge that I've been picking every other day, and a couple golden zucchinis. So I was gonna make some zucchini bread. Just look at these onions. I really don't think they are, I'm not sure if they're ready. I don't think they are, but they should be longer than, they should be like torpedo shaped, this variety. And from what I can tell, they're just small bulbs. So I'm gonna leave them in. I'm not gonna be antsy. I am antsy, but I'm not gonna act on it. I'm not gonna pull them. I'm just gonna let them keep growing. Anyway, got some green beans coming on now, so I've been picking some of those. And Mom's gonna make a stir fry, and I'm gonna make some garlic beans. And she pulled up all the plants from this garden bed over here. Well, not all of them, some of them. There's some Brussels left over here. She fed the others, all those kales and collards, to the chickens. So I get to amend this bed now and plant some stuff. I have 2 pepper plants that are very sad looking because I just let them go in the little tiny pots. And I've got a bunch of tomatoes that I have started, like I pulled the suckers and, I pulled the suckers off of the tomatoes and stuck them in some dirt and let them root. So I have all those tomato plants over there that I need to plant, and I'll probably do that in that bed over there. And I have those 3 cucumbers over there also that I think I'm going to plant on this trellis. It'd be perfect. So anyway, this is garden tour 11. Nothing really spectacular happening except for the tomatoes that are ripening, and I could see that this one split. Look at that. That one split from the recent watering from yesterday, really. And ground cherries are still working. It's my first time growing them, so they say that the ground cherries are ready when they fall to the ground. So you pick them and eat them after they've fallen. Anyway, look at these giant tomatoes. These are supposed to be grape tomatoes. They are the Brad's Atomic Grape, and they're just giant. Like, look, that's my thumb. This is like the size of a Roma tomato, and that's supposed to be a grape. Anyway, pretty awesome. I guess I'm feeding my plants well. I've been trying a bunch of different organic fertilizers, so every few weeks or so I give them a little bit of a zhuzh. You know, I sprinkle some at the bottom and water it in. It's all water soluble organic fertilizers that I buy, so that the plants can uptake the nutrients ASAP. This is a golden zucchini plant, which is truly golden. This plant is also a golden zucchini, but it's more green with a little bit of gold coloring in on the fruit. Anyway, so not really a whole lot to write home about, just my garden still beautiful to me. Beautiful, gorgeous little garden of mine, even though it's a little messy. It's growing food, and I love it.